We've teamed up with UK Auto Claims to see if you could be eligible to claim thousands in compensation. If you've had any cars, vans or motorbikes on finance between 2007 and 2021, well, just click the link below and start your simple free check. AFTV, Jason, last game of the season. Nobody's actually mentioned it yet, but it's quite an important win because, despite the fact that we're all disappointed that, we're going to finish in second place, that win today secures Arsenal Champions League place for next season. Secures the second place. Can't be over. And then if they had lost the game today, it still wouldn't be sure of those Champions League places. So in the context of that, it was an important win.
In the context of that, it was a massive win. In the context of who the opponent was, because obviously we've struggled against Newcastle at big moments in the last 2-3 seasons. So for me, that was relatively positive. Obviously, it's been a disappointing season. I don't think anyone can kind of look past that, and I think there are obviously a number of factors that contribute into that. But it was a big win. We needed it, and I think the goal that we scored, when we scored it, who scored it, Declan Rice, big moments. We've needed him. He stepped up.
Another big moment by him and he has, despite a bit of a slow start to the season, he has finished the season very strong. He scored a lot of goals.
Yeah, he has, and I mean even today he doesn't look fully fit. But even though he's not fully fit, you still see that he's out there. He's putting in 100%. Like I said, big moments. He steps up. You need a goal. He's the player that steps up, and and that changed the game really because it forced Newcastle to kind of open up a little bit. We started to see a lot more transitional moments. Obviously, we didn't maybe necessarily have the personnel on the pitch that could maybe capitalise on them. A couple of breaks, it hits with Havertz. We're not necessarily being able to break with pace and with speed, but yeah, we needed it. Yeah, it's a big game, and I was nervous coming into today because you can almost see the story being written about finishing third or fourth in a
third in a two-horse race.
Yeah, so you can kind of already see it, and everyone, all the rival fans are kind of looking at it today. Big game on Sky Sports. Everyone's looking for our downfall, and they've got the 3 points.
Yeah. So listen, the big question is now, you said it already is a disappointing season. We already know. I think we're almost guaranteed second place. I think the only way we can't get the second place, it would have to be, even if we lost, I think Man City would have to win. They'd have to win their last 2 games, and they'd have to with a goal swing of 10, which is unlikely. But what do we have to do next season to turn second into first? What do we have to do in that transfer window?
Look, I think it's a big window. And Bert has got a big job on his hands, and he's getting a lot of credit for kind of the murmurs that are coming through the media.
Murmurs, but
they are. But I think you also have to factor in the fact that what it looked like last year is it looked like they had a target in Sesko last year, couldn't get it over the line, and didn't go for what might have been their second or third choice in the hope that they were going to hold out and get that one done either in January or in the summer. I think this season they have to be more decisive, with ins and with outs. I think we need to strengthen the goalkeeper situation. I still think we need probably 2 defenders. I know that's going to sound really weird to people, but I think
what would be your top target? Your top target this summer?
If I had to pick one. I would be looking at Rodrygo over at
Rodrygo.
Yeah, do you know what I like him? I like him in 2 and think of it as almost like an Alexis Sanchez type signing. That kind of raw player with that passion, that the pace, the aggression, plays heart on his sleeve sort of thing. Clearly, obviously, we do need a centre forward. Yeah, absolutely need a centre forward. But if I was to take one that would maybe raise the level in a bit like the way that Ozil did when he came in, a bit like Sanchez did when he came in, that would probably be the one for me. But like I said, I think we need probably 2 at the back, if not maybe 3. I don't know, depending on who goes out. It'll be Rodrygo for me.
I'm finally going to ask you to rate Arsenal's season out of 10.
It's snapping off other people's hat.
It's got to be a 6 or 7. I mean, there's been big moments. But I can't rate it higher because we've come so close in big moments and not got it over the line. So, I mean, even a 7 feels like quite high. So I'm probably leaning towards a 6. But again, when I factor it in and look at other sides, we spoke about with Yardman about injuries and a number of injuries, and other sides that have had the same or less injuries than us. So, we've seen them really capitulate. We saw City capitulate, had to throw £200 million at the problem, still didn't solve it. So I think there's got to be a lot of credit. I think we've done well to hold it together and kind of keep something going. But next season, summer is massive for everyone at the club, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do.